welcome back to this week's episode of 41st View Podcast with myself, Rob.
Well, I'm Ryan Bowes, and welcome to the 41st View Podcast.
Well, and I'm Brinsley McNamara, and welcome to the 41st View Podcast.
Yeah. So good. So good. Brinsley, thank you so much for popping up again. Really do appreciate it.
No worries at all. It's a pleasure to be up here. This is a tremendous studio. I normally do it out of a caravan, my one, to be honest. You know?
Listen, like this,
We all start somewhere.
we gotta go somewhere. Exactly. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. But shout out as well to our sponsors, Dublin Whiskey. Appreciate you coming on board, and yeah, drink responsibly.
Always drink responsibly.
Yeah,
I think
it's
the note there. But I wanted to ask, starting off as a little icebreaker, because we were discussing, like, I know I'm sure you have a lot of stories about Weird Ireland, and kind of we will get into it. But just I wanted to ask you ourselves, what before, like, you kind of had a concept of full Ireland and what it was, and
full Ireland.
like, I just as in just or
Before breakfast,
like,
you mean?
I mean more like when you were a kid and you didn't really know, like, all of Ireland. Like,
I get you right.
Like,
yeah.
you wouldn't have been places, you wouldn't have seen a lot of Ireland.
Right.
Where to you was weird in Ireland? Do you get me?
Yeah, I get you where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So when you're like, you
Just,
didn't have any kind of scope of what was out
Yeah,
there. So,
yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
if you went somewhere, it was
Yeah.
kind of some.
Or you might have seen something on RT News, or
Well, do you know what? Right, actually, funny that you say this. There was a movie on, like, Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It terrified me.
It really scared me too. And not a lot of people have seen that one, but that's terrific. I really
terrifying.
like that one.
The
Yeah,
Banshee,
absolutely,
like,
yeah.
at the end of it, and I don't know why, but I always associated, like, the Banshee and, like, with the West, like, do you know, with, like, out in Galway. I don't know why. And so when me and my family went there when we were younger and stuff like that. And I was, like, actually, like, terrified. Like, even though I was staying in a nice hotel in, like, Salt Hill, I was just like, I don't really like the vibes out here. There's a bit too much Supermax around here. I don't really like it. Can we go
Supermax is
home?
an institution, though.
Supermax has taken over unbelievably with
Yeah.
service stations.
Yeah, I was just
you
about
could
to
drive
say.
all around Ireland and just see Supermax and service stations, and I support it for one thing. To be honest,
Can
you
I be
know.
honest with you? I've never had a Supermax.
Really?
Really?
Oh, they're very good. I
I've
would
never had a
recommend the
Supermax in my
taco cheese chips. That's what I always get.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's some lads go. There's a small cult in the country of particularly garlic cheese chips from Supermax, but the taco cheese chips is pretty much part of that cult as well. I would say.
I fuck with
It's
taco cheese.
It's a subculture of the
Oh,
cult.
definitely, absolutely. These guys only get that when they go in there, Absolutely.
I do love a good garlic cheesy chips, though.
Yeah, 100%. But, like, I feel like Burger King has taken over, like, service stations as well,
Yeah,
like, all around the
definitely.
country. Not really Supermax, you get
Yeah.
me? That's just what I've noticed, like, when I've been out there in my travels, like. But obviously, like, you're coming from the country, so you would know a bit
exactly,
more
yeah.
about
The
that.
two new
like.
ones in Westmeath, Ballalack and Kinnegad, those are Supermax. The Galway Plaza in Galway near Ballaslow.
I didn't
think.
realise you know so many Supermaxes. Like,
The Donegal
whoa.
Town one, that is loads. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He is the Burger King.
Oh, my
did you know that?
God. He is the Burger King.
I am the Supermac.
I know, but for me, I was thinking about, I don't know why, but I just thought Offaly was always just weird.
What's
I
your
don't know.
reasons?
Awfully weird.
Awfully
Yeah.
weird,
What are you
yeah.
hating on
I
Offaly
wasn't
for?
setting up for that. I was not setting up for that, but it is a good one.
Yeah,
because I
write that down.
Yeah.
Notes.
But I don't know what it was. It was just I don't think I've even ever been to Offaly like since. I think I've went through it, but I've never stopped off in Offaly. But it's just something about Offaly. I don't know what it is. It just
Well,
gives me weird vibes.
But you've travelled, like, the length and breadth of this country, so, like, where is, like...
Where would your
where's,
weird?
like, yeah, where's your weird
Where's
spot?
my weird? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the beginning, because I'm from Westmeath. Before I had Weird Ireland, I had a page called Weird Westmeath, and that was around.
Yeah, I remember, yeah,
that was
yeah.
around for a few years. So I did. To be honest, I mean, I was doing that for like 3 years, and I never ran out of places. I did some places more than once. I will say that.
Yeah,
though.
you went back a few times, like, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
There's nothing
no.
wrong, yeah, 100%, like. But, just in that kind of sense, like, is there anything that you've discovered on your travels that you're just like, oh, that's kind of perplexing?
Yeah, maybe like what's the weirdest? Like, I know you've done a lot of things.
But
and
what
like,
is the weirdest?
What is the weirdest?
What is the
text?
weirdest?
When you
And
look
like-
at weird in Ireland in the dictionary, what picture shows
Yeah,
up?
exactly.
Yeah,
What-
exactly.
As if there is
next to it?
pictures in dictionaries, or at least I'm
There
yet to
should
see
be.
one. The example I always give for that one is Knock, County Mayo. Where the apparition appeared in the 19th century.
Oh, yeah.
The pilgrimage place. Even outside of the apparition, you can call that weird or not if you like. Even outside of that, Knock's not a big village at all.
Really?
But it has a maybe 5,000, at least 5,000 capacity cathedral in it, which is empty most of the time. It's really modern as well. I think
But
three
it's
or
a small
four.
enough like city. Like I've never been to Knock.
It's a
no.
village.
Yeah.
It's a village.
It's not even a
There's
city.
like 3 pubs in it. It's like
That's a small place.
That's all you need. Yeah,
it's like one road. But it can fill out for big things like that. I haven't seen a nun in the garbs in a long time in Ireland, except
Right.
a knock. You see them a knock all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
You see brothers there all the like in the robes.
In the robes, yeah. And buses of grannies.
Yeah.
Because my granny used to go down
Sure,
once a
yeah.
month.
Once a month?
Once a month
Oh,
to
that's
knock and stuff
extraordinary.
like that.
Yeah.
God rest her now. But no, back in the day,
Okay.
she used to go. Not we'd be like, oh, where's Granny? Yeah, it's this Sunday that she goes to knock. So I was like, yeah. She's always used to head down that way. But yeah, it's the only place that you kind of see robes and stuff. I suppose
no,
it
you still
feeds
see them.
into
You
it.
still see
Do
them.
you get
I
me?
mean,
Like,
no, you still see them. Just outside Mullingar and Multifarnham. There's a friary. You see a friar there every now and then. But,
I feel like our world is kind of small up here.
Do you know
Do you
what
get
it
me? We
is,
don't
yeah.
see enough of this.
And do you know what it is, yeah? And I feel really guilty about it in a sense, is that I haven't really seen much of Ireland.
That's
most
very
people
true.
have. Most people.
Yeah,
It's. I hadn't until I had to.
Yeah, exactly. Until it became a necessity to do it.
Yeah, I only very, very recently, literally in the last month, finally have been to every county in Ireland.
Wow.
Cool, yeah.
The last one was Tyrone.
It was shite, wasn't it?
You know what? I was going to go make a video there.
And you decided not to.
But getting to the video was just over the border into County Tyrone.
Oh, right,
so we
yeah,
went
yeah.
there, made the video, and just left, and we didn't see much whole lot else. I'll be back. I'll be back really soon. To be
That's
honest.
nice.
You just dipped the toe into Tyrone.
Basically. Monaghan on the same day. I'm not 100% sure I was ever in Monaghan until that day either.
Really?
And it's not even that far from Westmeath, to be honest.
Yeah, I just haven't ventured over that side.
Never
though.
needed to.
I couldn't even count. I think how many like counties. Like I've been to obviously the ones that are close to like Dublin, but I've
Yeah.
never went like up north. I've never been up north. I've never went.
I've been to
Cork.
Belfast.
I've never. The only other place I've been is the West. Like out that way. Like
Never been to Cork.
Never been to Cork.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Cork's good. Cork's really worth it, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I used to go there all the time. My dad's from there.
Right.
So I used to be there 4 times a year, to be honest. No, it's cool. It's very worth it. A lot of people are moving down to Cork, to be honest, these days.
Yeah, we hear that there's
Yeah,
a
that's a
big,
big thing.
there's a
Yeah.
big boom coming from
Big-
Cork.
yeah,
Apparently,
Cork
like
and Limerick, yeah.
something's brewing down
Especially
there.
in the kind of dance scene and stuff, and
Yeah,
like the
big
creative
time.
scene.
This is
yeah.
what we've heard through the grapevine on this
Yeah.
podcast is that Cork is about to blow.
But like, so like I do remember like my granddad, God rest his soul. He used to be a stained glass. Like he used to fix stained glass windows in churches.
cool.
And I did travel around Ireland quite a lot, but I don't like I was a kid back then, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't think I fully experienced it.
I
Because I'd
get
only
you.
go to a hotel and we'd stay there, and then I'd go to the church and whatever was on the church grounds I'd be there for.
Okay, so you just
But-
were mainly around churches.
Yeah, pretty much.
A bit like me these days. Kind of. I don't know.
you know
a lot
what,
of them around
though?
churches and things I go to.
I like
you know.
I like a.
Well, a lot
I
of
like
weird
church
things
now
happen in
myself.
churches.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff goes
There's a lot of
down.
old artifacts and whatnot there. He must have been a busy guy, your granddad. He must have been
was,
like
yeah.
one of the only 5 guys in the country that did that or something. Like,
Yeah, it
could
seems
work
like
with
a
stained
real.
glass windows, you know.
Yeah. No, it was the studio was in James Street, so there wasn't many of them.
Doesn't matter. Do you know what? I don't know if I should say this, but fuck, I'm gonna say it. There's a house in Drimna, and when you go by it, right, it has all curtains and stuff on it, but like you can see clearly through to the back of it. Like you
Yeah.
can't see the back because it's all like trees and shrubbery around it. But they have a massive stained glass window,
Right.
and it has like it's huge, this huge arch and stuff like that. But you wouldn't even see it like on if you're walking down the street. It's only one day the sun was just. Like it was like fucking Newgrange. It was like just like it was just this light was peering through, and I just followed it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, what a beautiful thing on the back of
Yeah.
this gaff!" Like, but yeah, there you go. Some people have them. Some people are hiding their stained glasses out there, folks.
Ryan's granddad worked on that one, I'm sure. Eh?
Yeah, he probably did. Like to be fair.
Maybe, yeah, you never know.
Was he ever driving past houses with you and he was just like, see that house? Or see that church? I
That
did.
church,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
still with the churches, yeah.
I worked in
I
that
did that one. I did that one. But like, you've obviously been around kind of churches and stuff like after hours and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Spooky stuff.
Plenty, I suppose. I was
Yeah.
trying to get into one. Well, I got into it, but I was trying to get into one. I got into it. In Cavan the
I
other
got
day.
into it.
There was going to be a stone druid's head somewhere. This is outside Cavan town. And you could get inside the church. Most vernacular rural churches, a lot of them never really close their doors. You
That's
can
what I was
just
about
walk
to
in there
say.
whenever
They
you
just
want.
open them up and you can go
Yeah,
in. Like I
Pretty much
assume.
all of them. Yeah. All the ones in around Westmeath, Loughnane Valley, that doesn't close. Yeah, a lot of them don't close. Some of them
That's
do.
mad.
Yeah.
Some of them
Open
close
door
the doors.
policy.
Yeah, yeah.
But couldn't find the head. It was behind a certain door you couldn't get into.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After hours though, I don't
No,
know.
don't even talk to me about
I
that.
would
I
love
was
to
in a
do it.
church,
I would
man.
love to go and like visit that sort of stuff and like kind of like just experience that because I think that'd be really cool. But he would.
No.
Can you
You
drive?
don't have to have me to
If
go.
you're ever on Westmeath or whatever like that, let me know.
Westmead's sounding really good at the moment. Like maybe we should find a studio down there. Sorry.
So you talked about starting with Weird Westmeath. When was the kind of concept for like Weird Ireland? Like
The expansion.
The expansion. You kind of mentioned you'd obviously done all of Westmeath and
Yeah.
maybe done a few bits twice. Like what was that kind of just a natural progression for you to kind of move into Ireland then?
Very much so. I'd had the
Yeah.
idea for years because it started to Weird Westmeath in 2020. 2021 was the earliest I even thought it'd be a good idea, but it was going to be such a bigger undertaking. And I was in and out of the country. I lived in Spain for a lot of that time as well. It was only finally at the end of 2023 I was like, I'm not really doing anything else in my life. I'm back in Spain and I've no plans of going anywhere else. And this is what I want to do. And I thought, it's kind of like when you roll a barrel off a hill, if you've ever done that. I never have. Just, I
Maybe a roly-poly down the hill.
I
Collecting,
either you run to catch up with it or it rolls away from you, so let either happen and just so be it.
Whatever happens. Yeah.
So that's when I started in January 2024. Yeah, but
Right,
I've been thinking
okay.
about it very seriously for a few months before that.
In the lead up to it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like because the expansion of the page and how much it's grown as well. Like it was like did you just change the kind of name on the Instagram because it went like from different page altogether? So from like January 2024, I believe, absolutely blew up. Like.
Absolutely, yeah. I was. I mean, by March there was 200,000 followers. There was for a 2-week period. It was without. It's not even an embellishment. For about 2 weeks, there was 10,000 followers a day, give or take.
Wow, crazy.
And they all cap at 100. The likes, and all that kind of thing.
Course,
but like, you'd open up your phone, look at them, close it, open it back up, and they'd be all capped at 100 again. It was like that for a while. Yeah,
That's amazing though. Like, but like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of work that obviously goes into that as well. Like you're like traveling around, you're coming up with these ideas. Like, how's that process like?
Well, you know what the funny thing is? A lot of the earliest Weird Ireland videos were just Weird Westmeath videos with that were
Under the Weird Ireland brand.
same footage with a voiceover. There was no voiceover on Weird Westmeath. A lot of them were that, and a lot of them I already knew how well they did. So I thought, if you have a new profile, new algorithmic restart, and with a voiceover, it should do better than it already did.
Sure.
And I was able to put out a video every day for 6 weeks, I think, or something like that. Which wasn't as hard as you'd think, but just that level consistently. And then I went on holiday to Portugal, and it all fell apart.
I've already got my 200k. See you later, guys. Okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah, because it's funny. Like when I first kind of came in contact with your page, it was on TikTok, and I think you'd done a video on a pub that was in 2 counties. Where that's in Westmeath and Offaly. That's Paddy Ryan's pub. Yeah. It was awfully weird.
And Westmeath, we need to just move there.
Honestly,
Let's go.
I love it there. I love it there. I wouldn't leave for the time being.
Yeah, what was the crack with that? It's like one half of the pub is in Offaly and one half of the pub is in Westmeath.
Yeah. It's Paddy Ryan's pub in Horseleap. It's when you walk in the very front door of it, you'll see a door on either end. To the left is actually the pub, and to the right is a shop.
A shop, that's what it was. It was a shop.
And the shop. Hang on, the pub is in Offaly. The shop is in Westmeath, and right at the very entrance of it is a like a framed jersey, but it's not one jersey. It's like a two-fold and a half.
Cut
an Offaly
together.
and a Westmeath jersey to show one on either end. Now, if you go further into the smoking area of the bar, that is in Westmeath. But they don't demarcate that for anything.
You're just in it. Like,
I don't know. When you see that jersey at the beginning, it'd be hard to do a video of that except for a jersey right at the beginning of it showing it like that. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Though.
Nice place, actually, Paddy Ryan's. Really nice place, to be honest.
But you know what?
You should go.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to hit it up. Yeah. Do you know what I always found weird as well? Like in regards to like maps and stuff. Like, how did they know where to put the lines to split the counties and all? And even like say back. Now I wanted to talk about this on the podcast for a while, but you know, maps back in the 1800s, like years and thousands of years ago, or whatever, or hundreds of years ago. How did they know how to make the outline of Ireland?
And how did they know where I was? Could you ever look on a map and it says you are here?
Yeah.
How did they know I was there?
No, but fuck off. In serious talk, like, how did they go? Did they go on a boat? I'm guessing they did. And like, how did they draw like the map of Ireland? There?
Well, like the country.
The outline of like back in the day. I mean, like back when the fucking boats were a big thing and all.
Well, they must have, yeah. They must have got a boat, Ryan. But it's like the oldest map. What's the name of the oldest map? Oh, like
I know the one you're talking about. The one that kind of disfigures County Clare, I think.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of the country right, but it's shockingly right for the Middle Ages. But,
that's what I mean, though. How did they do it? There's just someone walking around with a stick and being like, walked 50 meters this way.
They
and then
must
the
have
tall
like a
line,
meter
like,
stick, like just going around the country.
an old
It must
school
have been
one,
something like that, like because
But,
like
I know like kings and all had like land, and that's kind of where it was all made. Like that's where the like whatever.
I am
But,
learning
like,
so much from you right now.
Where did they? How did they draw the lines? And the island, like Ireland being drawn on a map, really freaks me out because someone would have had to go around and kept the shoreline on the left, and like kept drawing.
Well, I think it must have been a boat. Like
it was definitely a boat or
like,
someone
just
walked
sketching
away.
it off to the
But,
side.
like, how did they do
But,
it?
like how? Yeah, I get.
How?
Oh my god!
I'm going to take a wild stab at it and say there'll be a lot of smaller maps colligated together. There'll
there
be
you
a lot
go.
of mathematics
See,
involved in
that's
it.
Maths, definitely maths involved. Yeah.
Not boats. We're just silly gooses going
I
on
would
the coast.
I would say boats if I'm being honest.
I think I would say boats as well. Imagine me and him in a boat, like, you just sketch that cliff there. Absolute saps, like. No, but yeah, like, there's, it is fascinating to think of, like, so, and there's, I won't get onto it, and like, anytime I get a chance to bring up Antarctica, I probably will.
Oh,
like,
unreal,
you get me?
unreal.
Like, on all the maps and stuff, like,
Yeah.
how it's off certain maps and this, that, and the other. Like, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
I find it fascinating. Like, on the earliest map, it's on it, and then on the one that was like, this is the map of the world, it's off it. What's going on here, guys? You get me? Don't get me started on maps. I've got a lot of things about maps.
Yeah.
But I won't get into it now. But so yeah, traveling around the country.
Where's been your favourite place
Yeah.
to visit?
Besides Westmeath.
Besides Westmeath, I'm very happy you mentioned that because I probably would just say Westmeath. And it would be
just to
very,
get out of
it'd be
it.
very unfair homeland advantage.
Okay, fair, yeah.
I always like going to Sligo. Sligo's not that far from Westmeath, from Mullingar. Really terrific there, to be honest. Ever go Strand Hill or that kind of thing?
I've only
That fly is doing its bits.
I've been to Galway.
Oh, Galway's
That's
lovely.
it.
I like Galway, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like, I feel like Dubliners
we're just
don't
shite
really,
bags,
yeah,
aren't
we
we?
don't leave Dublin
Yeah.
that much. Like, what about up here? Have you done like a kind of bit of exploring up
I'm
here?
the opposite to you guys. I've never lived in Dublin. I've never worked
Really?
here. So
Don't.
Oh, fair, yeah.
Don't.
So I know
It's
it
not
really
great.
badly. People will often say to me, "Oh, I'm on Jewelry Street or something like that," and I
haven't
don't
a
know
clue.
where that is. I don't know where. Even like Camden Street, is that a big one?
Yeah,
And I'd be
Camden,
like,
yeah.
I don't know where you're telling me.
Camden's right, yeah.
So you're more rural Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of weird stuff happening in Dublin.
Oh, I'd
Crazy stuff
say.
happening.
Just have to
This
go
way.
to Abbey Street.
Did either of you guys go to the Hellfire Club rave the other weekend?
I seen they
No.
done
The
something
guy,
like
did
that.
you see the
yeah.
guy, Moonchild? Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah.
I do love the Hellfire
Hope I'm not
Club, though.
missaying his name or anything like that. I can't think of it. Yeah.
Have you been up there though yourself?
No.
Doing some
Oh
exploring?
my god, that is so surprising. There's a few
That is kinda
places.
surprising,
There's
to
a
be
few
fair.
places in Ireland that I really should have gone to and never have. The Hellfire Club's one of them.
Has to be up
yeah.
there.
Which is really amazing. I was actually only at the Hill of Tara yesterday
Ooh.
or the day before or something like that for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
Wow.
So no, it's probably Hellfire's gonna be the biggest one not ticked
yeah,
off
like
yet. Why
the
do you guys spend much time up there? Then?
I do. I definitely
Yeah.
love going
Bob's
up
a
there.
satanic.
Yeah, I hear that there's a lot of
Satanist.
folk that meet up from Reddit and stuff like that, and there's
Yeah.
all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff going on up
Sacrifice
there.
goats up there, you know. That's what happens.
No, but yeah, no. Outside of Dublin, like, what's kind of the weird your favorite kind of place that you visit? Because like you look, there is a big variety of content that you put up on your page, like, and you know it ranges from like small little kind of details of
like little tidbits around
tidbits,
about
and
towns
then-
and stuff. Tend to these like
massive kind
bigger
of things.
things.
What's been the favorite one that you've kind of found on your kind of journey or whatever?
You know what? I'll give you a recent one because I like them as a whole experience kind of thing. I like if I can get a night or two way out of it, which is
Okay.
really,
Yeah.
really normally doesn't happen.
really, you're just up, kind of doing some bits, and then
Normally,
you head
normally
back.
we go and
Oh,
make
okay.
like I don't know 6-7 videos in a day or something like that and leave. And pretty useful. The Mullingar is pretty close in the middle of the country. There's a lot of things in the
Yeah,
circumference.
You can
yeah,
just kind of
you
go
know.
from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
I was in Dingle for
yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Just gone, yes, and we went to we did the Dawn Parade. The Dawn Parade of. Did you ever hear of this one? Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Dingle, County Kerry. They do a dawn parade. It starts at 6 a.m. The Dingle Paddy's Day parade.
Right, yeah.
And now they do two parades in the one day. They do the normal one at like 1 o'clock or noon. But they do one at 6 a.m. And a lot of people, could have been 1,000 people turned up for that.
Showing up at the 6 a.m. one?
Absolutely, and it's drums,
Nice.
it's drums and whistles and everything just beating down the town.
I kind of like that though.
So that was a great scoop. Any of the ones you have to go. It's going to happen one time of the year, one place in the world.
Yeah.
It's go there, get it, and then you're really on the ball about getting it. And when you pull it off, that's a lot of fun. And then it was St. Patrick's Day, which is a good time. there as
Yeah,
well,
of
you
course,
know?
yeah, it's massive.
I did to be honest, that was an amazing scoop for New Year's Eve. What do you guys normally do for Dublin New Year's Eve? Because New Year's Eve in Mullingar, it's not really that big a deal.
I don't answer that question.
Can you say it on camera? Ryan, what do you do on New Year's Eve?
3-day benders.
All right.
No, I'm only messing, I'm only messing.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Come on now.
No, New Year's Eve. It's normally actually, since I've had the baby, it's staying
It's
in.
totally different. Yeah,
Yeah, just
being real.
I think
fucking love staying in on New Year's Eve.
Stevens' night, I think, is more my night out for that Christmas period.
Yeah.
But
That's everyone in the country, I find. Like, I used to live in Scotland, and their New Year's is a much bigger thing.
Is it though?
Yeah, Hogmanay they call it. In Edinburgh at least.
That's a
Like,
big
that's where I
hoolie.
lived. Oh yeah, big time,
right,
big time. But in Ireland it wasn't. It's like because Stephen's Day is the big thing here, and New
night
Year's is like the same thing. A few days later, everyone's tired, and we've already seen
everyone's just
each other.
knackered,
You
yeah.
know?
It's that in between.
That in
like
between,
Christmas and
Yeah,
New Year's.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
infuriating.
27, 28, 29, 30, 4 days. Of,
Yeah,
I don't even know what will be happening those days. I hate it. Like you're going back to work, but you're still doing bank holiday hours. It's like what's happening here?
Yeah,
Don't like it. No, but I didn't know they had such a big hoolie in Scotland about this.
They do. Now, I've only ever seen it in Edinburgh, to be honest. Maybe that's the bigger place for it.
Yeah.
However, I did find a big one in Ireland. I found it on Reddit because I really didn't want to be doing New Year's in Mullingar again because I just wanted to do something.
Doesn't
else.
sound great. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
it's all right. It's like Stephen's Day. I already saw everyone again.
Course, yeah.
So I found Portmagee, County Kerry, which is even further down.
Yeah.
And it's there's 2 pubs in this town. Like it's really, really, really small. One shop. However, they do a traditional New Year's Eve celebration where they dress up somebody as an old man with like a fake beard and crutches and stuff like that, and he'll represent like 2024 last year, like the year going out.
Okay.
This only starts
Oh,
about
I
10 minutes to
getcha.
midnight,
Right.
and they'll be walking up and down the town, and there's fire and all this sort of thing, fire holders, and then at the stroke of midnight,
They shoot him.
they shoot. Yeah. Did you see it?
They
That's what
take
happened.
him out.
Yeah, they shoot him.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you're joking.
you hear a big bang, and he collapses to the ground and gets carried off. You count down to midnight, and then a young
That is
person comes
hilarious.
out of one of the houses wearing a bowler hat, 2025 sash and a cane.
And he's all fresh and new.
Yeah.
Like,
And you don't know who it's going to be every year. It's going to be someone from the community, but they don't know who until it happens.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
my
And he kinda
days.
So you
sprays
could be,
the town.
you
does
could
it-
be sitting in this little small village in Kerry, and you're like waiting for the phone call.
Yeah.
Someone gives you a tap in
Am I
the
gonna
post
get
office
shot?
like, you know what this means.
I heard Jerry down the road's gonna be your man for the New Year's
It's going to be
Eve.
2025.
It's a coveted position in these towns.
Absolutely.
No, but seriously, does he get shot?
The old one gets shot.
fake
Absolutely.
I know, but like I was like, surely not.
Yeah, he gets fake shot. Yeah.
they fake shoot him. That's mad.
Yeah.
Speaking of funny kind of things like that, we've seen recently that you done Ted Fest.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That is
how was that?
amazing.
I couldn't be there as long as I wanted to be.
Is it that good?
It's it's longer than you think. It's a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night as well. It's 4
Wow.
whole nights.
Wow.
The Friday, Saturday are bigger. But Thursday and Sunday are big nights too.
Everyone dressed up as priests.
Most people dress up. I've dressed up like a priest. Most people
Nice
do.
to see
People
that.
dress up like nuns. People dress up like. There's really, really obscure references to the show that people dress up as. You see people
Yeah,
dressed
yeah.
as bricks. See people dressed up as rabbits. See people dressed up as spider babies. Some of the ones that you really have to look at them and not really know what the outfit is.
I'll tell you something. Can I just say, I love Father Ted so much. Like, it is so good. I don't know. Like, we have one person in the studio who didn't know what Ted Fest was.
Oh really?
He's behind the camera, but we had to tell him about it
Yeah.
as we were coming in. But yeah, I didn't realize it was so long.
Yeah, 4 days,
few
4 whole
days.
days. No, it's a long one. Yeah, it's a
And
long one.
what are they doing at it? Is it just like
They
cups
hold
of
a
tea?
lot. They hold a lot of like. Well, there's a lot of drinking at it.
A lovely
too.
girls'
course, yeah.
festival.
They
and
do
stuff.
lovely girls'
Yeah,
competition.
Lovely girls' festival.
Yeah, that's the only
competition.
one. Funnily enough, that's the only one that's like a direct reference to the show.
Is it?
Most things are not really a reference to the show. The way they describe it is, it's not like a TV convention. You will not see any footage of the TV show there.
Right,
Yeah.
They kind of try to replicate the atmosphere of Craggy Island and all the
Right.
kind of
Course,
tacky
yeah,
90s atmosphere that can go on.
Love it, though.
Yeah, so I'm a
So it's
priest,
just kind
get me
of
out of
like
here.
it's more
like
kind
a
of
parody or
you-
something.
You go
Not
in,
really a
you
parody,
go
but-
into the kind
It's
of world of
it's like
Father
it's like
Ted.
it's like a LARP.
Cosplay.
It's like
Yeah.
LARPing nearly.
Yeah.
That's good.
And what was your like? What would you give it out of 10 for Ted Fest?
Oh, I wasn't there long enough. I ended up only going for a day in the end.
Wish you stayed more.
Yeah, I couldn't in the end, but you know, I'm recording an interview with a guy, got some good footage. Sadly enough, it was the day where we actually lost to France in the Six Nations, but the problem was with that is that it kind of, the festivities of that came to an end and was taken up by a big block of people watching rugby.
Yeah, okay.
It's like they're not watching rugby on Craggy Island. You know? They're gonna go down and stick to your guns instead of playing sauntering off for a game of rugby, like, you know.
Who is your favourite Father Ted character?
That's the milkman for me.
Oh, Pat Mustard.
Pat Mustard,
There's
yeah,
loads
is
of
the
guys
man.
dressed as Pat
Yeah,
Mustard in that.
yeah.
He's
Loads.
the
He's
coolest though, like.
Yeah.
Like,
But my favourite episode was the blading bomb on the milk cart.
Ted, you forgot your brick.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
That one is joke. That's my favorite too. That one is joke after joke after joke. It's like the movie Airplane. It's just
It's consistently,
it just keeps going. Even when like the credits roll and he gets hit in the head with a brick and then the shit happens.
Exactly, yeah, the shit happens, just lands out, yeah,
Even
yeah.
after the credits, they can't stop putting in one, then two jokes from behind it earlier on in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is Father Damo. Do you know when it's from his perspective and he's going in and he's taking the whistle and like you see your man sleeping there? Ever since I was a kid, that kind of like in his face and then he walks away. Honestly, like it's just cemented in my head. I love Damo so much. And he's like, "I'll be in a minute."
We didn't rub your bleeding whistle.
It's only a bleeding whistle.
On that note, did you guys get Oasis tickets? You know, Blur Oasis.
No, I didn't. I did try, but I didn't get them. Oh, what's he say? Blur?
Blur Oasis.
I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
There's so many crackers.
With all your stuff that you do, like how much kind of research goes into like
I'd say a fair bit.
each place? Like, is it kind of talk us through the kind of, do you find somewhere online and then you kind of study it and kind of look it up and kind of figure it all out and then go, or do you kind of go on the fly and kind of figure things out on your travels? Like,
both. There's a lot on the
Bit
fly.
about, yeah.
You won't believe the amount you find on Google Maps. Yeah. No, normally the main thing is go there, get footage, and then maybe look. Well, you'll go to a place, like I'm going to go to Wicklow tomorrow, I think. And I've got some places lined up. I can't think right now, but I do have a spreadsheet of them. And,
There you go.
but there'll be stuff spotted on the way. There'll be, it is a good thing to look up a little before, but often I'll do that in the car or something like that.
You might just see something interesting, be like, okay, like
All the time.
Okay,
That happens all the time, to seeing things you didn't know was there, driving past them. Oh, let's see that.
Let's get out and have a look. Yeah, no, fair.
it must be very like, I don't know what's the word, free, like to be able to just kind of float around and do these things, you know.
Absolutely, like
To just be like, oh, I'm going to Wicklow tomorrow, and then as you're on the way down, like, oh, I can stop here and do something. Like, because for me, if I'm doing something,
has to have.
it's going, like if I'm going to Galway, it's
for a reason.
just going to Galway. Like,
Yeah.
we're not stopping off unless you need to stop for a toilet break or whatever.
Supermax.
Yeah, Supermax, yeah. But like, I'd love to have that kind of freedom where you can just get in the car and go and kind of figure things out as you go along. Do you get that with the work you do? Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't drive myself, so it's always someone driving me around.
Right,
really?
Yeah. But there's a lot of friends and relatives that drive me around the place.
Do you have a big team in the Weird Ireland?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the podcast, there's Miles, he's a producer. There's Shameen, he's a co-host often.
Nice.
A lot of my relatives and cousins drive me around
Get
the
in on
place,
it.
and
Yeah,
friends
yeah,
and that kind of thing. Or they'll often ask me, is there anything interesting you want to make a video going on? And I was like, okay, how about this place? Or like I pitched to the lads the New Year's Eve in Port McGee thing.
Okay.
4 of us went down, stayed in Airbnb.
Wow.
Biggest mistake was we only went for one night, so one guy had to drive 5 hours there and then 5 hours back the following day. Yeah. That would have been perfect if we did it for 2 days. Not that there would have been that much to do. But,
But just
you know what?
give
The
yourself a bit
footage
more
was
time, like.
excellent. The footage was excellent, and it was so cool to see.
Yeah, of course. Like it makes the trip worthwhile. Then.
Yeah. Dingle, we got 2 days out of it. That was amazing, to be honest. And we got terrific weather for it and all that too.
It's lovely out that way.
Yeah.
I've never been to Dingle. It's
it's
the
terrific.
usual, like it's classic dub. Haven't been anywhere. Like.
I genuinely sit here and I'm like, I've done nothing.
No, it's
I've done nothing
sitting
when it
there and
comes
I'm
to
like,
Ireland.
What have I done? Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of.
Have you heard that expression? I've only ever left Dublin by the airport.
No, I've never
I-
heard that.
I mean, I'm not.
but it makes so much sense. It
But
makes
it does.
so
It makes
much
a lot of
sense.
sense. Yeah.
I'm out of here. See you later. No, yeah, I have to start giving like Ireland a bit more like love. I feel like just
Yeah.
like start going out there and kind of just venturing around. There is a kind of area that I kind of would stick to, but I rarely venture out. Like further than that. So I definitely have to do something different in that regard.
Louth is right next to you. That's amazing. Wicklow's next to you. That's amazing. Louth, there's a lot of weird stuff, and there's a potato vending machine in Louth. It's only like 10 minutes away from what do you call it? The madness chair. It's like a chair you're meant to sit in, and if you're mad, it'll make you sane. If you're sane, it'll make you mad. And they're like 10 minutes away. They're like 10 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
I think we should take this podcast on the road, right?
But it is funny, like, because Ireland, kind of, when you think about Ireland and back in the historical days or whatever.
You're mad for history today.
love
aren't you?
history.
He's so mad for
But
history.
like, it's like all these weird things, like as Weird Ireland. But like the madness chair, or like, remember when we had Jane Casey on and she was talking about.
Jane, yeah, that was brilliant.
She was talking about like the
Forgotten past, like like you walk past things in Temple Bar that
Yeah,
were used
exactly,
for
yeah.
I don't know wells and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
like that we wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
That's mad, like yeah.
But I think you're more of the kind of like there is a little bit of history to it as well, but it's more like I don't know. Yes, very.
It's more, hey, look at this thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like that. I think more so, you know.
Your
But
Brinsley senses are
Tingling.
Tingling,
Yeah.
I seen that the other day. I was like, ooh, what's down this lane?
But it's cool to kind of for you to go out and point all these things out because like I would have never heard of a potato vending machine.
No one's doing it. No one's giving me this history. Like, sit at home and I'm like, whoa.
Like who sits there and thinks of a potato vending machine?
Oh, people selling potatoes. You know,
Yeah,
people,
of course,
people
yeah.
are selling potatoes. They can pin it on a Google map and then bring people over. You know, I think they pinned it as Ireland's only potato vending machine.
Well, I'd
They
imagine
brought me
it
there.
is.
You know?
I got himself down there. You got one person right here.
There's actually in that realm. There's a lot of milk vending machines. Have you seen those? They're getting more and more common.
I don't know where I seen you talk
Yeah.
about, but a milk vending machine.
Yeah, there's a few. I was one in Cavan, but there's one in Atboy and Meath. I think there's one in Athlone in Westmeath now. No, they're getting pretty common. Egg vending machines. Those are you have to have seen egg vending machines. Those are really common.
Egg vending
Oh,
machines.
those are-
Does it
you
not
see-
crack when they fall?
Nah, well, there's no fault.
Sap.
Oh, I get it. No, that's a good one.
No, I've never heard of this. Like, I feel my world is like this. Like, it's just like it's tiny. Like, where's that? Where's the egg vending
There's
machine?
one in Mullingar, but I think
you-
there's quite a few of them actually.
But do you think that they would fly up in Dublin? I don't think they'd.
The boys would love them.
That's
The
what I'm saying.
younglings.
Like
Yeah.
the
The
up
younglings.
bros. No, those eggs would fly. Like, do you get me? They would fly at things. I just don't think that could happen up here. Maybe that's just me being very.
not
I don't
eggs
know.
anyway. I don't. I think.
Definitely not in Ringsend.
No, I don't know what. Like, without being, I'm not being disrespectful, but I do think the country is a little bit behind Dublin in the sense of things.
Yeah, but like in a nice
But
way.
I
as
think it
well,
only
though.
works in the countryside as well
Some aspects
because
of things,
I
yeah.
think the country people are a lot more respectful
Yeah, definitely.
than the dubs.
A lot more kind of kind.
We're
as
shite
well.
bags.
We are.
Let's
absolute
call a spade a
tapes,
spade
like.
here. But I do know what see all these things that you're talking about, like the egg vending machine and like all these. These are kind of like new weird stuff. You get
New
me?
weird things.
New
Yeah,
weird stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like you obviously have the historical stuff like the mad chair, whatever. But are you kind of like if you are out, are you looking for
Those little
these
things
little
or
new
the
kind
bigger
of things that
kind
are
of-
like weird?
I want to do more of the newer things, to be honest,
Yeah.
because it's very, very easy to do the historical ones. Very
Yeah.
easy. I'm doing more and more like just like things that people do as well. Like I've interviewed a stick fighter in Leitrim.
What?
It's a martial art, traditional Irish stick fighting.
Stick fighting.
Yeah. Batteract. Batteract. That's the word for it.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
they're just fighting with sticks.
Basically, you know, like a blackthorn stick, like a shillelagh, some people call
Right,
them.
Oh,
yeah.
You've probably seen those around the
Oh,
place.
100%,
Yeah. Using that as a martial art.
This is mental.
No.
Well, see, that's the thing is they
We
can.
need to leave.
But they
here.
can do that down the country, yeah. If you're in Dublin and you try to do something like that, you'd be just called a fucking weirdo. Like,
That's the thing. So it's like,
like you wouldn't be able to do
fucking
something like.
sap, get away. All right. Yeah, no, Dublin is just.
We're just shy bags.
We're
Yeah.
assholes up here, like we really are, like. But like, there's so much like good, like cultural stuff
They
like
are
that in Dublin, like
they
as
are
well.
fun. Like
Yeah,
imagine rocking up to Ted Fest. I think that's a whopper thing. Like
Yeah, I
that'd be
know.
lethal, you know.
it'd be so good. But yeah, there is that kind of, as you said,
This
there's
disconnect from the
disconnect,
countryside. Yeah.
Maybe so. I mean, one thing I do know about Dublin, I don't know exactly which parts. You know, the Ran, some people call it Ran boys.
no.
It's a St. Stephen's Day tradition. It's overarchingly what it is it's people dressing up like. It can be in just random disguises like Halloween, or it can be like dressing up with straw hats and this sort of thing.
Wow.
And they'll go around playing music, traditionally from door to door, and collect it. And traditionally, the money's used to go drinking.
They would go door to door in Dublin.
Traditionally,
I wouldn't answer
go back
the
a long
door.
time.
You do that thing where you peer out the window. Not today. Not today. They see you standing there. Like.
Maybe that's why these days they do it on the street, and oftentimes, yeah.
Oh,
But a lot of
yeah,
parts
yeah.
of Dublin actually are pretty good for doing that. I'm pretty sure.
Right,
Some of the
okay.
villages just outside, or maybe even other parts within Dublin.
Yeah. Maybe
I know.
outskirts.
Right on the outskirts, like.
Yeah.
It's not up airway, is it? It's definitely not up
think so,
airway.
No.
I mean, there was a time where like I'd be jogging in Drimna and people were staring at you. It's like I'm just going for a run, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like really. I love Drimna, by the way. I love where I'm from.
Let's jump into the book. So
Oh, yeah, go on.
I know this was the part of the reason why you couldn't kind of come on maybe last
Initially,
year.
yeah. I
Well,
had to
big
wait till
reason was
after the publicity period before I could do any other podcast and that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Which ended quite a while ago, but I just didn't get back to you.
No, that's
for a while.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
those
okay.
fucking Egypts up in Dublin.
Most people don't.
How did that kind of come about for you? Like, what was the initial? Was it your idea, and did someone come to you?
No,
or?
a publisher contacted me. I
Nice.
wonder if I'd be interested in making a book, because the name was good. Even the subtitle, Your Unofficial Guide to Ireland, was good, interesting. The type of topics were interesting. It's not an uncommon type of book in a way as well, but it always sells okay, I suppose, around Christmas time. So yeah, it was really just that. A publisher approached me about doing it, and I was like, sure. Basically, yeah.
Of course,
Easy.
yeah.
And was it difficult to kind of pick the topics? Because like you have a lot of content
Got like a
there,
selected
I'm guessing.
amount, I think, to put
Yeah.
in. I assume.
Well,
I
the
guess
way
you can't do a full encyclopedia of Weird Ireland, but like
it's
you
a
had
big
to,
book though as well. Like,
it's decent size.
Decent size.
Big text all the same in it, I
Yeah.
think.
yeah.
And
Big
there's
text.
illustrations.
Yeah.
But no, they're kind
which
of
definitely helps.
Yeah.
Can I colour in?
You know what? It makes it easier to read, in fairness, too, because you
Yeah.
got those things that are like a biblical wall of text when you open a book and you're like, it takes me forever to get to the end of one
Course,
page. There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
satisfaction
yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was. They kind of pitched it as kind of like like 500-ish words kind of sections each, and I was like, okay, that's very easy to write in each one of them, but then you have to come up with like 80 or something of it or something like that, which is a huge amount. There was loads that were already videos of that that I was interested in doing. There was loads that would be very hard to do a video of because it takes place over more than one place, or there's no footage to get. The thing's not there. I mean, one I bring up all the time is the Lockery Monster. I can't. Unless I find the Lockery Monster, it's very hard for me to make a video about it.
Do you want help?
If you're out
Maybe.
there,
Got
Two
Monster.
guys that'll help.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, do you have a boat? On Lockery.
I know a guy with
Forget
about.
about
It's not in the Dubliner
Isn't it?
funds to get a boat.
Dubliner. Get us a boat.
But what's the Lockery Monster? I know I've heard of the Loch Ness
Loch
Monster.
Ness monster.
It's the Lockery.
He's a little more famous.
It's a lot smaller.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah. The Loch Ness, I don't know, meant to be like a dinosaur, I suppose.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Lockery Monster is it's meant to be only like 8 feet long or something like that. It's like a really, really big eel, and it was spotted in 1960. And it was 3 priests that spotted it. And that's no.
Here we go.
And that
can't
no
trust
made
the
up part of
priests.
story.
Those
Yeah.
slippery suckers. So I don't know why, but when you started describing it, I just automatically thought of Father Ted because I was
Yeah,
like, it's like
yeah.
the beast of Craggy Island, like, you get me? It's got 4 arses. Oh, I love it. So stupid, like. Oh God. But like 3 priests found it.
Seemingly, yeah.
Seen
Well, they
it.
spotted it
They
anyways.
spotted
yeah.
it.
They were fishing. It was May 1960.
What were they doing?
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Mayfly fishing, they claimed.
Oh no.
No, so they spotted it in the water. They reported back to land. It led to a bit of a sensation at the time. Keep in mind, Loch
Really?
Ness Monster would have been a popular enough fish kind of thing in the world
They're
at the
trying
time.
to tailwind off the Loch Ness. The 3 of them sat down. They're like, right, boys, what do we have Loch Ness over in Glasgow? What do we do?
We need something here, right?
Where's there a lock?
Someone give me a lock.
They say that. They say it led to great business for Athlone for a while afterwards. Get lads going out looking for it.
I think so, though, as well. Yeah, back in the day, like, people would have been jumping down there to get out there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. What a lot of people think it was now, and I've actually spoken to someone really recently about this. One of the biggest, well, a lot of people say it was just a pike stuck in a pike line.
Someone simplified it down to
which
just
wouldn't be
that.
unusual at all. Some people said it could have been. Apparently, when otters swim in water, they like cling onto each other and go in a line. And I
So it
just
makes
met
them look.
Yeah, it makes them look kind of weird. And,
Okay.
and I actually spoke to someone really, really recently who makes underwater documentaries, and she said that she was like, she had just made one about otters, and she said, I told her about it. She was like, yeah, they do that, and they kind of jump up and down in the water while they're doing it. So, so she said, that sounds pretty plausible.
I want to know what the priests were on that night. If they seen a lot of otters floating through Loch Green, and like, what's that over there?
They obviously cracked open the confession box. Sorry. Terrible. But, well, I had
We were on the
something to
book,
say
sorry, we were on the
the
book.
book and it's gone.
And you're
Sorry.
picking
We're
topics.
gone now.
Yeah, and it was, you were saying it like to whittle it down to the topics that you picked was a difficult process. Yeah.
Not really.
No.
There was a few leftover ones after. There was things I learnt about after it was too late to do anything. That if
Course,
I'd known
yeah.
about it, would have gone in there.
Right, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe another one. Who knows?
Weird Ireland too, yeah.
Even weirder.
Weirder Ireland. Weirder. Yeah. I don't know if that would actually fly with
The
my...
official book. Never know. But I take over here for a minute because I'm after I had some strain of thought there that has just gone out of my head, and all I'm thinking about now is Father Ted. I can't get back off Father Ted. Oh my God.
Is there I know you're saying kind of there's a few that you left out, but is there kind of what's the kind of future plans for Weird Ireland? Like, I know you have a lot. You're saying you have a few. You're constantly on the move. Like, would you maybe take it worldwide, or is it gonna be like Weird World, like
Weird Europe?
Weird Europe.
Weird Europe would be cool. I mean, see where it goes. Most immediately, the podcast is going. Just keep making episodes of that. There's plenty in the barrel for that. And they're a hell of a lot of fun to do. Keep making videos, keep making them interesting ones. With summer coming up, there's going to be a lot of interesting events going on.
Yeah, like, is there any kind of upcoming events that you're looking forward to?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to go to... nothing is set in stone yet. I'd love to go to the Donegal Rally. Do you know that one?
No.
It's
Surprising, yeah.
Surprise,
Surprise.
It's a rally, now there's actually a lot of rallies in Ireland. But Donegal is like the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl one.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
How have we not heard of
Cars,
this?
like driving.
Yeah, rally car driving, road rally car driving.
Right.
Yeah. Meant to be mad terrain for it, but it's also a big shindig up there.
Really?
I think Donegal Town, or is it Letterkenny? I'm not 100% sure which one
of
it
them,
is.
yeah.
And this is during summertime.
It's in June, I think. Yeah, it's in June. I'd love to go to that, but need to look into that. Shearfest. I'd love to go to Shearfest. It's the sheep shearing championships in Galway.
I'd actually love to
Heard of that. I've definitely
love to see that. I don't know why when you said shear, I was like someone cutting shrubbery like with a shears or something. Well, let me see.
Now I
it,
went
like.
straight to sheep.
Yeah,
sheep,
fair. Now that
sheep
sounds
shearing,
good.
sheep
shearing,
Sheep shearing.
shearing sheep.
and that's an actual festival.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a festival for everything, isn't
It
there?
really is though. You can have like the most obscure thing that you're into, and there's something.
There has to
Oh,
be,
for me, that suits me down to the ground, having the most obscure thing and having a festival about it. Absolutely, yeah. The
What
World Stone Skimming Championships are in
was gonna
Scotland. However, I think it'll be an Irish guy defending his title this year at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
This is an Irish skimming champion.
The current world stone skimming champion is Irish.
That is mental.
The more you know. But like that's the thing is like, what's that one as well where they fucking throw the rock down the road? What's that?
Roll bowling.
Roll bowling, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I just see videos of that on TikTok, and it gets very intense.
Oh, it's like the cheese wheel thing in the UK.
England.
Like,
Did that just happen? Actually, the
I
one
don't know,
the one
but
in
those
General
videos
North?
are fascinating.
Yeah,
like I'm watching people.
People get really badly hurt.
Mince
at that.
themselves up chasing cheese. Like,
But the bowl,
gas.
the road bowling, is that what it's called? Road
Roll
bowling?
bowling, yeah.
Like-
So some people pronounce it bowling.
Bowling, yeah. That's probably the Irish way of saying it. But like, I'd watch it on TikTok, and whoever's commentating, it's like
So
watching
into
Sky
it.
Sports News.
Really?
And it's like listening to Andy Gray on Sky Sports News back in the 90s.
Yeah, there's
like.
there's a website and association
Yeah.
for it. There's fixtures. There's everything. Yeah.
and it's just someone pinging a rock down
They
the
just
street.
fling a rock down the road.
I'm telling you now, where is this now?
A lot of it in County Cork. A lot
That
of it,
wouldn't happen up here.
funnily enough, a lot of it in County Armagh, which is they're opposite sides of the country to each other, but those seem to be the two big places for
places
it.
for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's another obscure festival that you can
really
think?
interested.
I know.
Is there a potato peeling?
There's plenty. Yeah. Hey.
Potato peeling?
There must be.
Oh Jesus!
There has to be potato
Let me tell you
festivals.
something. There was a potato festival.
Yeah,
it
potato
doesn't,
festival.
It doesn't happen anymore. And I never went to it. It was in Clonmel in County Westmeath.
Yeah.
And that's allegedly where the first potato in Ireland was planted.
Oh, really?
And I never went. My friends have been. I really wanted to go, but I think COVID got rid of it, and they've not done it since. I know.
Boom.
Name any random Irish thing.
Yeah,
and
that's
see if
what
I
I'm
know of a festival pertaining to it.
That's what I'm thinking. There has to be like just random festivals for everything. We just don't know about them.
We literally, up here, we haven't a clue. Like we really don't.
Like we know about the Halloween festival because we done the special holiday period or the Halloween period on the podcast.
yeah,
and
of
we
course.
had-
But these
Bram
type things,
Stoker,
these are
yeah.
really
Yeah.
niche
And even at that,
things.
there's like 4 Halloween festivals in Ireland. There's the Puka Festival in Athboy and Trim. There's the Bram Stoker one in Dublin,
Yeah,
I guess
that's the
counts.
one that we
Stoker,
know
yeah.
about.
There's
Yeah,
Derry Halloween, which I think is the biggest one.
Is it?
Yeah. I never knew about that till like last year.
This is news to me.
I know, it news to me only not long ago. I think there's a 4th one I'm missing out on, but
Derry Halloween.
yeah, Derry Halloween.
Okay,
yeah.
Rolls off the tongue.
I'm gonna have to check into that now because I did not know about this. This is fantastic. But yeah, there's so many niche little things in this country.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
brilliant though.
Absolutely. I'd actually
It brings
love to
communities
do,
together though.
What's the one? Bloomsday. You know Bloomsday?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
in Dublin, of
Yeah.
course. You know, I've never read the book. I've never even started the
So
book.
people dress up.
Yeah, like kind of Edwardian.
Yeah, Edwardian. Yeah. It's nice. Like again,
There's some
I've
really
heard of it, but I've never went to it or seen it.
There's some really, or read the book, or
No.
me neither. I haven't even tried. There's some really,
Ulysses,
really
isn't it?
Ulysses, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
really
haven't read it.
particular. There's some places that in Dublin that I believe serve the lunch that
Yeah.
Leopold Bloom ate on the day, and it's like it's some random Edwardian food from Dublin.
I have seen that, like around town on that particular day, people are dressed very prim and proper for it. Like it's serious, like it's a serious thing. They really do follow it to a T, like, which is great. It's great to see, like good cultural thing.
And like just I know we've kind of went forward a lot there, but just to bring it back to yourself for like with regard, I know you started as Weird West Maid, but like growing up, was that kind of like, when did this idea start for you to do all these kind of things? Like, what, like, because I know you like to say the Irish Louis Theroux.
Oh yeah.
So would he have been like maybe not an inspiration? What's the word I'm thinking of?
Influence.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
one of the biggest ones.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. And when did it kind of start? Like, because it's such a cool idea, and like, you're doing really well with it. So like, when was the initial kind of starting of Weird
Concept of
Art?
it.
The concept.
I mean, it's like for years and years before that, I was going into old graveyards and abandoned castles and abandoned churches.
Just as a young fella,
with not filming any of it, just doing it anyways. So that was happening all the time as it was. I mean, I was first showing some of the kind of odder place in Westmeath. There's a grave that's shaped like a beehive outside Mullingar town. I saw that when I was like 12. And so all going all the way back then, had an interest in all that kind of thing.
Kind of sparked the kind
Oh,
of...
absolutely, yeah. My mum was big into that. My granddad was big into that as well. And I mean, Horrible History got me very into history.
I was just
into
about
that
to say,
before that.
I loved Horrible History
I was big
as well.
I collected the magazines.
So did
I.
I.
I still have them. Yeah.
They were great.
Except
They were
issue
back in the
3.
day.
I never had issue 3, the Egyptian one. I just never had it.
I think I may have had that.
I know, yeah. Well,
I think I
don't
may
know,
have
but
had
now
that.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember collecting those, like with my dad, going down each week and getting those things. They were so
they were
good.
brilliant. The illustrations were brilliant.
They were so good. Like, and see Cottle even like he's
Nod the head.
shaking his head there. He knows about it. No, but like those things, do you feel like they need to bring like things like that back for like the generation
It's
now?
all
Like,
online, isn't it?
I know, but like there was something magic about going down and buying
Getting the
them.
magazine, getting a
Yeah.
subscription to it. I don't
I
know.
never got a
mean,
subscription.
Because even Horrible, I had a subscription.
Did
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because they turned Horrible Histories into a TV show. Anytime I mentioned it to people, they say, "Oh, the TV show," and I'm like, "No, that came out when I was in like my 20s."
Yeah, it came out later, much later. Like,
I never saw a bit of that.
not at all.
Things have gone online. Things have gone on TV. Things have gone different
And
places.
things are
Magazines,
mad overpriced as well. I bought my daughter My Little Pony magazine with like a little character and all on it. 15 quid.
for a magazine.
Yeah, and she's 3. She ripped it up.
Oh, jeez.
Now Lily.
After 5 minutes, it was gonski like.
That's it. It's
Yeah,
out the
she's-
door.
there was gel pens and she'd written all over her hands and all on the back of the car while I was trying to drive. I thought it was very expensive, man.
Yeah, they
Like,
have
if
got
there is a horrible history, they're probably gonna just overprice it, you know.
Probably.
exploit the kids out.
I know.
It's
yeah.
not like back in the
Not like
days.
the kids
where-
are spending their own money, Jim.
Exactly. Like, yeah. Do you remember? Sorry, back in the day, they used to have the Lord of the Rings magazine. Where
No,
they,
I would have loved that.
They
I
gave
would've
you a
loved it.
figurine with
Right,
everyone,
yeah.
and you could basically collect the whole thing. I got to Legolas, and then I gave up. Like that, he was number 7 or something. But I had like all these figures and stuff, and they were like €15
Yeah.
a pop. Like, and then you're just like, I'm bored.
I never
of this
even
thing.
heard of that one. I would
It
have
was
loved that. I would have
amazing.
absolutely loved that
It
back
was
then.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like, I'm sorry, I just wanted to bring that up. I would love to continue to collect this collection, but it's not around anymore.
And that was that beehive, the grave beehive. Is that like your first kind of memory
That's-
of like, or is it just one that you've?
Yeah, in a way, it's a big one. I mean, there was the
Yeah.
Hill of Lara outside Mullingar, outside Ballincarrigy as well. There's a St. Patrick's chair up there. There's many St. Patrick's chairs. That's the first one I saw, and it's
Yeah.
meant to be a back cure. It's
Yeah,
really it's just like
Yeah.
three rocks that kind of look like a chair. Like,
I'd seen you done the thing with Lad Bible
yeah,
Ireland.
that was in
about
Tyrone.
the-
That was St.
yeah.
Patrick's chair in Tyrone.
Yeah.
That one's a really big deal. That one.
Yeah.
That's now once again it's a big piece of rock, but
It's a cool looking
It's
piece
a
of
very
rock.
impressive monolithic piece of rock. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, this the thing is, yeah. I just feel like people see something like that and they're like, that was St. Patrick's chair, and they just make it up on the spot.
That's the thing, though. Do
you get me?
Yeah, like it is. Like, yeah.
I do feel like
That
that
stool over there. That was Patrick's stool. You get me? Like, there's all, like, yeah.
The
like,
Brinsley McNamara chair.
100%. No, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that, especially out in nature and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They'll see something that is
Slightly
reminds them,
unusual.
This is, yeah, exactly. And they're like, "Oh, that must be.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can't be anyone else's." Like, Yeah, no, I get it. But do you spend like a lot of time like outdoors as well, like in like forests and stuff?
Oh,
like
like that? No,
Yeah,
not really.
no.
No, not really.
Okay,
And not when I'm
good.
not making videos. I actually spend too much time in my bedroom doing it. Watching YouTube or
Yeah,
watching
I go
TikTok
down
or that. Or just
YouTube.
stuff.
Those
Yeah.
YouTube wormholes, I'm lost. No, yeah, I go down them and I'm gone. That's it.
And how was your podcast going for you with the Weird Ireland?
Very well, very
Yeah.
well. Extremely well. We're talking about first, what do you call it, sponsor at the minute. Nothing in stone yet, so I won't say who it is or anything
Yeah, of
like
course,
that.
yeah.
But that's very good news. It only started October last year.
Yeah. And with it, like, again, like, I think for yourself, with the stories that you find and stuff, is it better to kind of have that long form content to speak about it a bit more, or
It depends. I don't
are
know.
you
when
happy
you're-
with your little small videos of?
I like the small videos to catch on more. Trying to make it with YouTube. There's a lot of people that make a lot. If you take the St. Patrick's Chair in Tyrone just mentioned there, if you put that into YouTube search, you will find lots of videos of it. They'll be lucky to have 2,000 views in 10 years.
Yeah.
And that you can take anything around the country like that, and they're actually normally really, really useful resources, but they don't really get that much traction on long form. It's just the short form is really, really suiting it. You know,
It's very quick and snappy.
it's quick, it's snappy. It's I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because a lot of them aren't doing the necessary clickbaitiness that you have to do for YouTube in this day and age. They haven't done an iceberg.
Still learning, folks.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of that though associated with YouTube and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It is just like, you know, like you click onto it, it's just for that 1 second you might have the bit you're talking about, then the rest of it is just nonsense.
Suppose.
A sense, like, do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
don't know. It's YouTube's just a very different game. It's a very, very
it
different
seems
game.
like it is,
It's
yeah.
harder. It's fulfilling. I've no doubt, but I don't know. It's just. I mean, with the podcasting, I love. I mean, you know, when you have to research a topic and all that kind of thing, and a hell of a lot of work into it. But they were interviewing somebody. It's like, oh, great, because they already know everything they're talking about. So that's and it's always great. I've never done one where the person wasn't sitting right across from me. So I had to go to. Oh, jeez. When I was in Dingle, for Paddy's Day, I interviewed a guy about fungi.
Fungi, yeah. I can't believe we went all this time without speaking about fungi.
I know, yeah.
So tell us, what'd you learn about fungi?
The biggest question I had, I didn't get a conclusive answer to. It doesn't seem like there is a conclusive answer. Why is it called fungi?
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Does actually make a lot of sense.
I heard two answers, so not
Go on, yeah.
conclusive. One of them was he was a fun guy, so fungi, fun guy.
Fungi Run Club.
Another one
it
is
on?
that a guy who first spotted him or was first familiar with him was a fisherman whose nickname was already Fungi. And it might have been because his beard sort of looked like fungi, like moss or something like that. Yeah, but surprisingly, even coming from a very good source, I mean, we can't ask the dolphin now. But yeah. But from the next best source, we can't get a conclusive answer as to why he's actually called fungi, which is a shame.
And
but
those two conclusions are pretty goddamn awful. I'm not gonna lie, folks.
Yeah. Whoever told you that, they're lying to you. There's a fisherman named Fungi. Oh gosh.
And just to like wrap up, we do have Dubliner Whiskey ask us to ask our guests every kind of end of episode, and you know, you are out a lot. You're kind of finding all these weird things around the country, and we wanted to ask you, what does live the moment mean to you?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It is a good question, in all honesty. I would honestly recommend get out a hell of a lot more. I'm not just saying it to you two guys, but I think you could maybe do.
Feels a little personal there, Brinsley.
Because even I'm at home a lot of the time too,
Yeah,
but
of
you
course.
wouldn't believe how accessible it is getting around the country. I mean, you guys drive, it's even more accessible, but I mean, I got from Mullingar to, where did I go? Killorglin and back, all by buses, and some of them aren't necessarily that expensive. In fact, some of them are very, very cheap. And yeah, you can see a hell of a lot in a day, and I don't know, even if it's just going around the towns, the small ones you've never seen before, and seeing the odd things going out. With social media, it's so easy to learn what's going on these days. The reason I was going to Killorglin was because I was going to it was a Bridges Day, and they do a biddies,
nice.
they do a biddies festival on it where they're all dressed in white and kind of straw hats and play music and this kind of thing, which is free to go to, free to look at.
It's a day out.
It's a day out.
Do it.
It's a bank holiday weekend for that too.
Yeah.
But it can be very hard to kind of get up and live the moment, like you phrased it there. But if you just take that one small little push, there is, with social media and with online, it's very easy to see stuff going on.
Yep.
And then Yeah, it's not too bad getting around these days. So
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah,
that
of
get
course.
up and
Get out
get
and
out
see
and
the
go places
country,
more.
yeah.
See the country.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say I mean, like I said before, I've only just gone to every county. There's some towns I'd love to, like even random places like Belturba, County Cavan, and I'd love to spend more time in.
What's there?
There's a woolly mammoth statue there. There's like,
Let's go to Cavan. That's what I'm talking about. Like
I know.
we literally don't know
don't know
nothing.
anything.
We don't know nothing up here. Like
So I guess that's the key point is to
That is so
get
good,
out there and like see the country, like, because
Yeah.
I know, like, I'd like to call myself a proud Irish man,
yeah.
but I can't, like, I'm a bit of a hypocrite in that sense because I
course.
haven't been to I'd like to think I've seen some of the country, but I done it as a child, so it's difficult to kind of remember it.
I think for ourselves, like coming from
What to
Dublin
take
as
from
well,
it, yeah.
like we, for me personally anyway, I've always kind of thought about like, I just want to kind of get out of Ireland. I want to go to other places out there.
I know. That's
Want to
it,
go
isn't it?
venture out. Maybe America has more to offer. Like
Yeah.
I'll go across the States there and stuff like that. But Ireland is a
Oh,
beautiful
you can
country.
do that exact same type of
Same
road trip
thing
here.
here.
I've known a few people. I've never done a trip like this. I might do it this summer, actually. You know the whole Wild Atlantic Way thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that is something I would love to.
I've
do.
known people to do, not that it's not one route, you just pick whatever you want to do in it.
Sure.
But I've known people from Ireland to do it and say it was the best holiday they're ever on.
Yeah.
For like 3 days or a week even or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
It's really, honestly, that would be a big one
the
to do, in all
sights,
honesty.
the open air, like there's even actually I was
The
looking
surfing.
it up.
There's
Surfing
that
as
surfing.
well, yeah.
Amazing surfing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
There's a 10K that's happening, I think, down in Kerry, and it's on this like I think it's I'm not too sure if it's
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the coast or something like that, but apparently it's supposed to be phenomenal.
All right.
And I'm like, that sounds like something I'd love
Let's
to
book
do.
it.
There's
That's what
constantly
I'm
stuff
saying,
going
like-
on in
like,
Kerry. Kerry has
live the moment.
constantly stuff like that going on in.
Yeah, like and that's it. The only thing that's really stopping us is us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that anybody who wants to kind of do something, do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's- you only
Even
get-
if you want to, even if you're someone that's fond of going out drinking pints, which is a lot of fun, I like doing
Guilty.
it. But rather than do it in your local at the weekend, which I often do, how about
They
just
know us in
do
there.
it do it in another town nearby, and that's nearly like a mini holiday when you even do that.
Yeah,
you
That's
know,
fair.
honestly.
No,
Yeah,
it
no,
makes
that
sense, yeah.
does make a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, get out there and see this lovely country that we have because
Exactly.
Sure.
there's so
Live the
much
moment.
going on
Yeah.
and like it's our home at the end of the day. So let's
Exactly, yeah.
enjoy every part of it. That's very well said, Brinsley.
Thank you very well. Thank you very
And
much.
look, we really appreciate your time
Yeah,
coming down to
absolutely.
see us.
Shake your hand there,
Oh,
yeah.
shake it out here. Shake it out here. We've never
Thank you,
shook-
Mr. President.
Hey, you. Hey.
But now
Like
look,
mass there.
I know, yeah. Peace be with you.
yeah. But now we really do appreciate your time coming out and having a chat with us and kind
It's been
of.
so good.
Yeah.
So good
Thank
having
you.
you.
Thank
It
you
is
very
nice to
much, guys.
talk about the country in a different light to everything that's
And do
going
you know
on
what?
at the
Yeah.
moment.
And just even on that, like it's given me more kind of just talking with yourself, more impetus to go out and
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
see more of Ireland.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's brilliant.
yeah.
Like you've given me a little bit of a bit between the teeth to go out and actually
Exactly, yeah.
like explore a little bit more. So thank you so much.
No
for
worries, no worries. Yeah.
And thank you to the sponsor, Dublin Whiskey, as always. If you've made it this far, we really do appreciate your time. We're trying to lift this up off the ground. So any likes, comments, shares, they're always appreciated. And we'll catch you next week.
that. See you next week.